Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. All right, please continue to pray for me by singing along with me, gesturing at your screen, and hitting the dislike button. Let's pray again. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. I need you guys to seriously pray for me. I'm running into a lot of mental confusion and chaos in my life, and the reason for that is that I got a long distance relationship coming up, but I I need to go see her at some point. I feel like the relationship is running out of steam now that we haven't seen each other for almost 3 months. And so I've been thinking about that, but I really love all the stuff going on here in Phoenix as well. I also made a very close friend here. And if that weren't bad enough, the mental ups and downs of all of these connections have really taken a toll on me, especially on my eating habits. So last week I had a midterm exam to give, and while I was proctoring the exam, I started to daydream and think about what I had eaten all week. And when I thought about it, it grossed me out. It was Wednesday, and I was thinking about what I had eaten on Monday and Tuesday, and I thought, gee, I can't do this anymore. I'm going to die. And so I had eaten, and this is only the food I recalled. I probably missed a bunch of, you know how when you recall what you ate, you always leave out a bunch of stuff, right? And just out of the food I was able to recall, there was about 20,000 calories in 2 days. And I was grossed out of my mind. And I swore I was going to stop eating for a few days. And then I stopped eating. And then on Thursday, I got really woozy about that. Now, Friday, one of my former students decided to come with me to the carnival, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. And and then she was late getting there, so I thought she was messing with me. And once again, I turned to comfort foods to deal with that. And then I got really sick during the ride. I almost died during one of the carnival rides. And then Saturday, I had some ups and downs talking to the girl in Taiwan, and also I had met a distant cousin of Eve Curry. I call her Eve Curry because she's half Polish and likes literature. And so the ups and downs of talking to her, she had claimed, I don't know if it's an excuse or not, but it made me uneasy. When I had picked her up at her, she lives with her mom. When I had picked her up at her mom's home, she had claimed that her mom was embarrassed by the state of their home and didn't want me to get any closer to the home. And part of me wants to believe that's true, but the other part of me wants to believe maybe there's something else to it. And so once again, I turned to food. And then on Sunday, I was thinking about how disgusted I was and all the food I had ate Saturday to cope with that. And so I went on another fast, and right now I am uh, t- uh, 19 hours into a fast, and I got really dizzy as a result of that, just sick. And I'm grossed out at the idea that I'm eating, but I'm also very sick when I'm doing the fast. And you add to that the mental confusion of all these interactions and making sure that the long distance relationship stays strong even though I'm not there. And I'm just in a mess right now, and I need some serious prayers. I've never felt this confused before. It's weighing heavily on me. Sounds like her mom might be a hoarder. I don't think so. You know, we have video chatted a few times, and now that I think back at it, she always points her camera at a very specific angle in the home, so it could be stuff in the home as well. So, whatever the situation is, I'm going to be programming an AI for a game that I found. Uh, it's a cooperative game called Ultimatch, and it involves colors and numbers. So let's do some fortune telling with the Ultimatch deck. But whoever left a like, would you mind changing it to a dislike? I need some serious prayers. I definitely do not need likes on this videos. So please change your like to a dislike. All right, let's do a fortune tell. What are we gonna fortune tell about first? Let's fortune tell about the girl in Taiwan first, because that's the one thing that's weighing me down the most. Two. So the two of us together. 8, which is a good one. 5, 8, 2, 7. Those are good numbers. 5, 3, 6. Oh, but that's a lot of cards we drew before we drew a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And our 10th card was a 4. That's probably more than average. All right, so that was the girl in Taiwan. So that's more than average before we draw a 4. So that's good. By the way, whoever's leaving likes, could you please change them to a dislike? I really need all the good luck I can get. All right, let's fortune tell about Eve Curry. Thank you for changing. 5 more people need to change their likes to a dislike. All right, this one's about Eve Curry. Good. 8. Oh my god. Okay. So at least the girl in Taiwan, that's good. Eve Curry, not so good. Let's do my eating habits. Get my eating habits under control again. Let's do another fortune tell. Oh my god. Okay. How about my job here at the community college? Hey, whoever's leaving likes, could you please change them to dislikes, please? All right, this one's going to be about my job here at GCC. 1, 2, 1, 7. That's good. 6, 2, 1, 7, 6. That's a good one. That's a lot of cards we drew before drawing a 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 10th card was a 4. Okay, let's do one about my art career. Okay, this one's about the art career. Let's go. 6, 8. Oh my god. Well, at least some of the more important stuff, we got a lot of cards. So I hope to travel. Okay, that does it. I'm going to plan a trip to Taiwan ASAP because the fortune tell seems to be going that way. But that's unfortunate. But please change your likes to a dislike. I need all the good luck that I can get, and dislikes bring me a lot of good luck. What had happened was that 2 years ago, I decided to copy Peter Schiff's opening theme. When he says the Peter Schiff show, it sounds a lot like the Peter Shit show. And I would put my middle finger up. I'm not living with that mechanic buddy anymore. He had a little OCD problem, and I wasn't able to find peace with him. But you know what? He's a good friend. But going to take a trip to Taiwan at some point. And right now, I really feel that my long distance relationship, it's in danger of running out of steam. We haven't seen each other in 3 months. We chat almost every night. Well, we had a time when we ghosted each other, First she ghosted me, and then I ghosted her, and that lasted about 3 weeks all combined. But other than that, we've been chatting almost every night for 3 months, and but I feel we're running out of steam. I don't go there at some point. I'm a little bit bummed out at the fortune tell about Eve Curry. I thought I had a really good conversation with Eve Curry earlier today, and I'm just confused about why she didn't let me get close to the door. She said that her mom was really sensitive about the condition of the house. I'm not sure how to take that. I've been asking everybody that I trust. I asked a couple of my colleagues. I even asked my boss, what does it mean if a girl says that her mom is sensitive about the condition of the house? Nobody had a good answer for that. If you do, feel free to leave a comment. It's been weighing me down, and I don't want to eat again because I feel like I'm gonna jump off the deep end again if I put food in my mouth again. I don't know what to do. I feel like I could just stop eating altogether and go to hell this time. Or I don't know. Anybody have any suggestions for me? I don't want to eat too much again, but every time I eat, I have a hard time stopping, and especially in light of what's been happening with Eve Curry and everything else, right? And the situation at the carnival. Um, I was I was already mentally drained that I couldn't believe the girl wanted to come with, and then she was 45 minutes late. And when she got there, I I probably still looked like I was really upset, and she probably recognized that. So it was just really awkward altogether. That's been my life as of late. Not to mention I had stuffed myself before she came. Right, I I I had eaten. See, I like to give little nicknames for different commodities. So I had eaten about 4 ounces of the anti-aging gold. If you, leave a comment if you know what I mean by anti-aging gold, and about 2 pounds of pheromone gold. I'll leave a comment if you know what those two foods are. But and then I was sick when I got on the ride with them, and so almost got crushed to death on one of the rides. All right, so feel free to leave a dislike, leave a comment. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.